Hi my lovelies, welcome back to my channel, and for everybody who's new, I'm Leorah and I'm so glad you found me. So welcome to today's video, which is going to be the first impression and my first look, obviously, of the classical Paradise palette from Ace Beauté. This is how it looks, and it comes in a sleeve like this. Let me just take it out for you, like this. And it has really pretty packaging. If you just look at this, it's super pretty, and then you open it and it looks like this. Am I in frame? Okay, very good. So this is the color scheme of the palette, and I also try to sort of not really match my clothing to it, but sort of, you know, have the same idea or vibe in that way. So we shall see what we come up with. I sort of feel like doing something a little bit more heavy, a little bit more grungy or something. So even though I'm very much drawn to those lighter shades, also like to this, I don't know what it is with those olive mustardy kind of muddy greens. I love those to bits these days. I could just put this on and be done for the day, but it's a first impression. I cannot just use two shades, like really. Everybody's going to click out of the video. So anyway, I think I'm gonna go like for something a little bit darker and maybe leave the lighter shades for under the lower lash line. Let's see. I really don't have a real plan. I was sitting in front of this palette and trying to figure out what I want to do. The thing is, what I want to do and what I should do are two different things. So yeah. Anyway, I cannot do swatches today, sweeties. I cannot. I'm so sorry. I know that this is what I'm doing now since 2020, that when I do a first impression, I do swatches of the palette. Sweeties, this is one of my first videos that I'm filming after coming back to my YouTube life, you know, after my intense period of mourning. And what you didn't know is that with the intense emotional breakdown I had, I got a rash all over my body, and it's clearing up. It was really just an emotional thing. It has nothing to do with makeup or anything. So, and I cannot do swatches on my arm right now. Maybe you also see it a little bit here. There are the leftovers of the rash. I also have it a little bit here on the sides of my face. And anyway, if you see it, whatever, you know, it's life, it's part of life, that's what happens. And this is how my body reacted to the grieving. So that's what it is, and I'm sure like half of you have a rash right now. I hope not, but anyway. So yeah, it's part of life, and I'm not going to feel like bad about being not perfect. You know, that is not what we're doing here. Okay, so I think we're ready really to zoom in and do this. I just want to include maybe some swatches. I'm gonna try to get them from Ace Beauté themselves, so you will see some swatches of that palette. If not, I'll get it from some other source. I'll try to put the source in so it's not like an image theft or something. It's not for me, definitely not. I'm trying to make up for not being able to do it myself. I hope I had enough space here to include the swatches. Okay, so let's just zoom in and let's start with the look. Okay, sweeties, I think I want to try to put this shade down first, just sort of as a transition shade. So this is the shade Rye, and I'm actually really excited to try these palettes, and this is now the first one that I'm filming of the Paradise bundle, because I'm honestly a little bit nervous about it, because I still remember a year ago when those palettes came out and I saw Angelica Nyquist do the first impressions on these palettes, and she was not a fan. And we in a lot of ways have the same preferences, you know. She said they are not very buildable and things like this. So the colors themselves are nice, but I think she said they are not very buildable. So I have been pushing these palettes around. I wanted them for a whole year, you know, for almost a whole year. I ordered them on Black Friday, and I've been, ever since I got them, which was in the beginning of January, or so, like at some point during January, I have been pushing them around, being scared to film with them. Then of course came my morning case in between, where I did not film makeup looks, but I've been pushing them around because I have been scared to go and film, because I felt like either way I'm going to be the loser. Either it's going to look crappy because Angelica is right, or I have to publicly disagree with her. So either way, that's not good. Anyway, so what are we doing now? This shade went on really well, and of course it's very close to my skin tone, so it doesn't show up well, but I know that it went on really well. So let's just see. I think what I want to do is at the inner part of the crease, I want to put the orange down and then transition. This is the shade Vegetation, and then go into this one towards the outer part of the crease, which is the shade Clay. I think that's the plan. Let me just switch to a smaller brush for the inner part of the crease. I think that the pickup on the brushes is really nice. So let me just dab down my primer a little bit. Okay. And then we'll just put this down and see how it goes. So I'm taking this for, I think, maybe not half, maybe a little bit more, a little bit beyond half. Okay, something like that, I think. Maybe I'm gonna build it up a little bit more. So far, I think it's working well. So I'm very relieved in some ways, because of course I want my makeup to work. Obviously, you know, I don't want my makeup to fail. All right, so the next one is the shade Clay that I just showed you. It's that like a red kind of a, I don't know, it's a shade that looks like red wine, you know, and I'm just gonna put it down here. I think that is the plan. Something like that. Let me just build that up and sort of, I don't know, blend this out a little bit. This is the general idea, I think. And then on the eyelid itself, what are we doing? I don't know. I kind of feel like using these shades, you know? This is like a rosy, like a cold, a mixture between like a rosy tone and a taupe, which is really nice. This is also, it's like a cold taupe shade. And well, taupe is cold, what am I talking about? And this is more like a warm tone. So I kind of feel like using these two on the lid. What do you think? Why is this not live makeup? Why can't I ask anyone? Anyway, so let me just do the other eye and perfect this a little bit, and then we're gonna do the eyelid. Okay, sweeties, welcome to the messy stage. I know, there is a big difference from what you just saw. I spent some time blending. I blended it out with the transition shade that we put down first, this one, which is a spectacular shade. They blend really well. Are they the most buildable? No, but are they the what? I don't know. How am I saying this now? Are they as bad as I thought they would be after thinking back on Angelica's video? No, they're not that bad at all. But it could just be that it was what I was thinking that she was saying. I don't want to even say that she was saying that what I was thinking. Is anyone still here listening to me? All right, so before we dig ourselves a hole, I'm just going to go into this shade that I told you about before, this one right here, which is called Hey. And I just stuck my finger in the middle of my transition shade. Like, look at this. How very professional. Yeah, okay, let me just press this back down, because really, that doesn't look nice. Okay, let's go into this Hey shade. And of course I do have a bit of orange now on my lid there in that area, but it's okay. It's not a big deal. Let's spray it, and then we'll just see what we've got. Now I think this is already really nice. I don't know if you can see it, but I think, maybe, I hope it comes across that this is a very nice shimmer. I really like it. Perfect. Okay, so before I work more on this, because I don't want to take so much of your time, I'm gonna go into this taupe shimmer right here, which is called Mineral. Very cool names, I must say. Really cool. I kind of wish I could have taken also this muddy green, like this muddy olive green. Maybe I can include it somewhere on my lower lash line, because I really feel those colors like in the worst way. All right, so this is exactly how I thought it would be, because sometimes, you know, when you think it's a cold taupe shimmer in the palette and then you put it on your eyelid and it suddenly pulls warm, that is then always okay. It's, you know, whatever, it's makeup. It's not the end of the world, but I kind of like it if I really get what I want. You know, so this is really, really what I wanted. So that is great. Okay. So to blend all of this out, we of course need something darker, and I think for that we could either go with the brown or this very dark shade. So here we have Soil, which is a very, very dark red, and here we have, I'm not even sure if that is a real brown, because it sort of feels like, because I didn't do swatches, you know, it sort of feels like there is also a red undertone in this, but I kind of feel like I want to use this. So let's just take a packing brush and try to push this here in the corner and see what happens. Yeah, it sort of feels like there is something red in it, but not a lot. So let's just put that here. And I think then for the lower lash line, I'm definitely gonna do green and yellow, right? Because it's the soul of the palette, the orange, the red, the green, and the yellow. So yeah, something like that. I'm of course going to also perfect the blend here a little bit more. Something like that. Let me just do eyeliner and all of that, and then we'll come back for the lower lash line. Okay, sweeties, this is how it looks now with the foundation on, without contouring, just cleaned up the makeup look and put on my foundation, and of course color correcting and all of that. Okay, so now, oh, I can't believe how cakey I look right now. I really do. It's, I hope you don't see this. Anyway, yeah, I think for the lower lash line I want to use these two shades. So this is a very, very nice yellow, and this is of course this green that I have been raving about already. I don't know yet which order to put it on, if I should put on the yellow first and then the green on top, or the green first and then blend it out with the yellow. I don't know. Maybe I'm gonna go in with the yellow and see what happens. That would also then be another test for how buildable they are or not. Okay, so I'm just picking up the yellow and I'm going to drag this here under my lower lash line. And of course now this surface is set with my setting powder, so just so you know. And oh, I also put on a eyeliner pencil, and if you saw my January haul, I think last week, because I don't know when this video here is going up, but probably the week after, I have been speaking about the eyeliner pencils from Kiko Milano that I bought, and I'm actually using today one of them, the one that I hadn't used back then when I filmed the January haul. So this is like an olive green, a dark olive green metallic from the, let me just check this for you, it's number 10 from the Intense Color Long Lasting Eyeliner line. Really, really nice. I highly, highly recommend those eyeliners. If you are looking for sort of mid-range, mid-price range eyeliners that are really, really good and buttery and good color payoff and nice staying power, this is what you want. So anyway, I think it looks really, really nice together with the yellow also. And now I'm going to take, I don't know, a pencil brush, I guess, and I'm going in with this muddy shade here. This one, which is called Golden Apple. And I'm going to pack this on a pencil brush, and I'm just, I don't know, trying to get this close to the lower lash line, sort of. And then I'm going to go over that with the yellow again to blend it all together. Something like that. So now, of course, it looks messy because this pencil brush is not very precise, but that's okay. All right, it's not a science anyway. All right, so let's just blend this out with the yellow. So I think you can see that they are buildable, because if they wouldn't be buildable, I wouldn't have all the patchiness going on here, because they actually held on, you know, the green held on to something. I think the pencil brush was a wrong decision. It was too stiff of a brush. Let me just get another, a little bit softer brush, also small, and put that green shade on again. So now we basically have, wait, this is now the fourth coat. You know, I'm just like, again, talking about the buildability, and I think I think you can see, yeah, this brush is performing much, much better for this purpose. You see, that was my insecurity, because I was again thinking if they are not buildable, I should go in with a bit of a stiffer brush in order to still get some color payoff, but there was absolutely no problem with the color payoff, at least in my case. All right, so I'm going to take now a brush that has no product on it, and I'm just going to try to blend out this a little bit. This was not supposed to get that messy here under my lower lash line. I don't know if it looks messy on video, but I had it planned a little bit differently. But anyway, I think the overall idea is really, really nice, the combination between the yellow and the green. So let me just do this on the other side and put on some mascara. By the way, I put on some lashes that are very minimal lashes, very almost natural, which I don't know what I think about it. I'm not used to that. I'm just using up those old ones that I bought when my preferences were still different. So, because why not, you know? I also have some glitter still flying around from my makeup look from yesterday. I did clean my face, obviously. It's just that for the life of me, glitter looks so nice, but it's everywhere for days. So yeah. Anyway, let me just do my contouring, and then I'm gonna come back with the finished look in just a second. Okay, sweeties, welcome to the finished look. Okay, so this is how it looks, and I can only say that I really, really like it. Course, after I have spent an hour plus being here, sitting here, putting on makeup, why should I not like it, right? I mean, really. Okay, let's zoom in a bit. I'll show you how the eye look came out. Okay, so that is it. That's all you get. All right, sweeties, this is how it looks now. I think we did well, and of course this look will also come up at some point on social media, so we'll see how you will see how it comes out together with the whole outfit and everything. So I think it is really, really nice, honestly. So what do I think about the palette? I must say, and I also touched on that already in the video itself, that I cannot wholeheartedly agree that these shadows are not buildable, because I think they are. They are drier. Yes, the mattes. The mattes are drier, they are tighter pressed, which also means that there is way less fallout, which is really, really nice if you're one of those people who do the foundation first. I never have that concern anyway. That's why I let myself look as messy as I want to be while I'm in the process of creating the look. But if you are different and you put on your foundation first, then that might be a valuable thing for you. I do think because of the formula, they are maybe not the super most pigmented, which also makes them nicer to blend and easier to work with. So I have no problem with this. I think it was all in my head, and I let myself get influenced, because that's what influencers do on social media. That's what their job is. You know, I'm not blaming anyone, and I don't want to say that Angelica was wrong, because everybody has different preferences, and also we must never forget that what we see in a video is just the opinion and the experience on that day. I don't know if she ever went back to try those palettes again, because she gets a lot of stuff, and good for her. So jealous. Anyway, so she gets, of course, a lot of stuff, and she has to see that she reviews stuff and whatever. So I don't know if she ever had the chance to go back to them. But anyway, I feel like, especially after my experience on the lower lash line, that they are absolutely buildable. Just imagine I had the set surface with my setting powder, then I put the yellow on, then I put the green on, then I put the yellow on, then I put the green on, and then I blended it out with a brush without anything on, you know, and they were still building. So I don't know, I don't have the experience that they're not super buildable. I think they are super blendable. They are not the super most pigmented, at least the way I use them. When you go in with the darkest shade first, you might have a totally different experience, you know, altogether. But I'm trying to not do that anymore, because it just takes so much more time for a look like this, and I'm just like, I'm getting increasingly more busy with my business and with everything else that I'm doing now. So I just don't want to have an extra half an hour just for blending, you know. I thought it was so funny the other day when I was doing a Get Ready With Me, and one of you commented that I was just for the first 10 minutes of my chatty Get Ready With Me blending the first 2 or 3 shades. Yeah, that is my life, you know. Yeah. And that was slow because I was talking and I was distracted. But anyway, that is it. I do really like the palette, I must say. I also especially like the shimmers. I think the shimmer formula is really, really good. What you didn't see is, or was, that I used this, I think, Sunflower. The Sunflower shade as an inner corner highlight, and I used it not sprayed, and it went on super, super well. So I really, really like that. So we used this shade, we used this one, and 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 this one. So basically we used almost all the shades, and I think for a first impression of a palette I can really give you a first impression, you know, so that is great. Anyway, I really liked it. I'm super glad that I got my courage together to film finally with those palettes, because I think I've been waiting long enough to have them, so now I gotta film with them. And I think it is a very, very nice, lovely kind of a sunset on green grass fields and stuff look. And you know, sort of going even with the theme of the palette, because you have all the kinds of how do you say that, like harvest stuff, you know. So I think that is actually that we really, really got again the soul of the palette, you know. So yeah. Yay! Alright, everything else that I used, if you're interested, you will find that of course in the description box down below. If you did like the video, then please give it a like. If you're new here, please subscribe to my channel. And again, I do not mean to like throw shade on Angelica. Everybody who knows me knows that I love her. I'm probably her biggest fan in the Middle East. So I'm just saying that we are all different, and we always have to, in everything, make up our own minds, you know. We cannot just take someone else's opinion and say, okay, so this is what it is. Let's always give there always has to be some room for error. And I don't even want to say it's error, it's just for being a person, for being yourself, you know. So that's what I wanted to say. Anyway, so yeah, anyway, so I'll see you here for my next video, which is gonna be super soon. Please come back for that one, and up until then, go ahead and sparkle. Hugs and kisses. Bye.